Why do so many Christians feel guilty asking for a raise? Somewhere along the way, we confused humility with poverty. We started believing that wanting more money automatically means we are greedy, worldly, unspiritual. Can I tell you this? And this may be uncomfortable, but if you are underpaid and you stay silent out of fear, you may not be humble. You may actually be a poor steward. If you can pay your bills, if you can support your family well, if you can fund the vision God placed in your heart because you are afraid to negotiate, that is not holiness. That is fear dressed up as spirituality. Today, I want to show you how to pursue fair compensation, not so you can hoard it, flex it, or worship it, but so you can steward it for kingdom purpose. And just to say this upfront, while I will be viewing this through a biblical lens, the principles we are talking about are universal. They apply to leadership, responsibility, value creation, and stewardship, no matter your background. So, even if you don't share my faith, I want to invite you to stay with me until the end. At the very least, I believe this will challenge how you think about work, value, and what it really means to lead yourself well. Let's zoom out for a moment. We've talked about identity, the discover phase, who you are in Christ, who you are called to become. But now we are in the develop phase, and this is important. Develop isn't just about skills. It is about capacity, because money, like it or not, is stored energy. It is fuel. And here is the reality. If you have a massive God-given vision but no resources, your vision doesn't move forward. It stays theoretical. Faith without works is dead. Vision without fuel is stuck. So today, we are fixing the fuel tank, and we are doing it through a biblical lens of stewardship using our economic empowerment framework, the 4M stewardship model. Number 1, the mind. Number 2, mission. Number 3, money. Number 4, margin. Because God doesn't just care how much you earn. He cares about who you are becoming while you earn it. Most believers pray for a raise, but never actually look up their market value. That is not faith. That is avoidance. Now, the first M is mind, what you consume and what you think. God is a God of truth. Truth requires data, not vibes. So here is your first assignment. Do a market audit. Go to sites like Glassdoor or salary.com. Look up for your role. Look up your city. Look up your experience level. If you discover you have been paid 15, 20, even 30% under your market value, let me say this clearly. You are not suffering for Jesus. You are operating with bad information. And bad data leads to bad stewardship. Knowing your numbers isn't pride. It is mental discipline. You cannot steward what you refuse to measure. Quick pause here. If this kind of teaching is helpful, practical, grounded, and focused on forming healthy leaders, I want to invite you to subscribe. We are living in a time where leadership is desperately needed. Not louder leaders, not more opinions, but grounded, disciplined, value-driven people who can be trusted with influence. Sharing this video is one small way you help shape that kind of leadership culture, especially for the next generation. All right, let's keep going. Now let's talk about how you ask. Please, do not walk into your boss's office and say, I need a raise because rent went up. That is asking based on need. Biblical promotion is almost never need-based. It is mission-based. Think about Joseph. Joseph didn't get promoted from prisoner to prime minister because Pharaoh felt sorry for him. Joseph got promoted because he solved a national economic crisis. Joseph added value before he gained position. This is stewardship of mission. The second M, how you spend your time and energy. Here is the strategy. Number 1, identify the top 3 problems your boss or organization is facing. Number 2, clearly document how you are actively solving those problems. Number 3, translate that into result, like saved time, saved money, increased impact. Then you say something like this. Over the past year, here is the value I've contributed to the team. Based on this impact, I'd like to discuss adjusting my compensation to align with the market rate of X. See, you are not begging. You are not manipulating. You are trading value for value. That is not worldly. That is wisdom. Now we reach the heart of this message. Before you ever receive more money, you need to decide where it is going. This is the third M, money, how you allocate resources. Because money doesn't make you generous. It only magnifies who you already are. I want you to create what I call a kingdom allocation plan. Ask yourself, if God gave me this raise today, what will I do with it? Be specific. For example, I will eliminate this debt. I will support this missionary or ministry. I will invest in this skill or training to increase future impact. This is what I call generous discipline. Not reckless giving, not hoarding, but intentional progression. As your income grows, your capacity for generosity grows with it. You stop asking for money for yourself and you start asking for more resources to manage on God's behalf. And something shifts inside you when you do that. Your confidence rises. Your fear shrinks. Because now you're not chasing money. You are stewarding trust. And one more thing, and this is critical. If more money only leads to more burnout, you've missed the point. The final M is margin. Margin is how you protect rest, clarity, and spiritual health. God does not reward exhaustion. If a raise only means more stress, more anxiety, more absence from family, less time with God, then the cost is too high. True stewardship includes knowing when to say, this opportunity violates my margin. Sustainable impact always flows from rested people. To conclude, money is a tool. Don't worship it, but don't fear it either. Master it so you can fund your purpose, not run from it. Now, having resources is powerful, but let us be honest. Sometimes the real issue isn't the paycheck. Sometimes your boss is the problem. Next week, I'm sharing a survival guide for toxic bosses. How to protect your heart, your calling, and your future without losing your integrity. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. Because stewardship isn't just about money. It's about becoming the kind of person God can trust with more. And if you like to learn about imposter syndrome as a leader and a practical way to deal with it, click here. Also, click the link below to download the surprising habits of leaders who thrive under pressure. God bless.